Hey friends,
I'm Brittany.
and I'm Lindsey,
And we're not your average mamas.
On this podcast, we're here to make you laugh, share our experiences, and provide helpful tidbits that will make your parenting journey just a little bit easier.
So grab your favorite drink, sit back and relax, and let us join you in your multitasking.
Not your average mamas.
A podcast showing you that parenting is anything but ordinary.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
It's gotta be. It's happening. It's all happening so fast. I did a little research on the TikTok. I have some things that I want to say about it, but...
Well, that's good, considering we're recording a podcast about it.
So good that I did a little research. It was maybe on the drive here, but...
Well, did you look up anything about the demonic aspect?
Well, I feel like a lot of the demonic aspect of Enneagrams was...
First, we're going to stop and practice saying it. N-E-E-agram.
Enneagrams. Enneagrams.
E-agram.
Everyone at Enneagram.
Anagram is a different thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Angiogram. I feel like you're combining angiogram, anemone, and enneagram.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
Enneagram
Enneagram.
is how you say it. Before we
Enneagram.
dive into that, that's what this week's episode is about. But let's reverse. How was your weekend?
It was good. It has to come back to me. Just wait one moment.
Yeah, because it happened yesterday. It takes a while.
Saturday we went to Mankato to have like a Christmas thing. And actually, my cousin Abby gave Kian a Christmas present of a Target gift card because he was so excited to go to Target
That's so cute.
in that video. Yeah, so thank you for that. That was awesome. And then Sunday we came here and we had date night, and it was so fun. We went to the Upstairs Circus in Minneapolis. It's kind of like a paint and drink and craft, but like they have a bunch of crafts you can choose from.
Crafts including like nailing, like hammering, I don't know, nailing.
Nailing. You can nail your partner.
You can nail things, on the table.
Yeah, like there's like leather coloring, making.
String art.
Yeah. You
Jewelry.
can paint if you want. Yeah, you can make jewelry. There's a bunch of crafts. So it was fun.
And you got a free drink with it, which was cool. Which we're not drinking right now, so we gave them to our husbands.
Yeah.
So they got 2 drinks.
Yeah. And I don't know. It was a fun experience. I just wish it was a little warmer.
Inside of there. Yeah, it was
so cold.
very chilly. We had to wear our jackets pretty much the entire night, but I had to take it off so that I could get some more range of motion when I was trying to hammer my letters.
Yeah, which we'll post a picture on Instagram of what we made because we actually made something super cute. And we're actually wearing our merch right now.
We are. We're matching merch. We're merch matched.
We're merch matched. Yeah.
I love it. This was one of my
too.
Christmas gifts
Yes.
from Lindsay. And the first ones, some of you may know, came invisible. The logo was
The
invisible.
essence of the I am.
Yes, this is so good. It looks so cute. The
Yeah.
fit's good too.
Yeah. How's your life been?
It's been, I mean, I can't say my whole life because I can't remember, every detail, but the last 2
I want
days
you to
were
describe every detail.
the first
from the last
time I
time we
remember. There's a bright light, a dark tunnel. I was born into the world. Just kidding. Okay, this weekend was actually amazing. Our neighbors let the kids play over there, and Jesse took Naya to gymnastics, and I had the house to myself for a couple hours. I got a ton of stuff done. Maybe I should have just sat and read my book, but either way, I was very productive, and it felt so good.
I just feel like it's hard to sit down when the house is a mess, because even today, like, I had my first day of work, and it was all virtual videos. And so instead of just like sitting there doing nothing, I was like bringing the laptop around the house and like picking up the kitchen and folding laundry and like sweeping and doing all this like random stuff. So like our house looks fantastic. I also got to work for 4 hours and learn about all the good values of my new workplace. So
Win-win.
it was a win-win.
I think a cluttered house is the cluttered mind for
sure.
me, at least. It's distracting. It's hard to just like
I can't
sit
handle
and
it.
relax.
And I'm so excited to have a full day with no husband or no son around to just like reset our house at least once a week.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And I think that's why I didn't just sit around, is like I never ever am in this house without other people, especially my 3 kids. So I was able to do so much in such little time.
And it
You don't
stayed
need
that way
for a little while.
until everybody came back.
But yeah, last night was super fun, going to the upstairs circus, and then we went out to eat after. Mm-hmm. It was just a good day.
Yeah, it was also very gross, but I have a mouse in my car. So if anybody has hot tips on how to get them out of your car, I bought at Target. I had to go to Target to get ear milk because Holiday doesn't sell
You could have just skipped it.
milk. Well, literally the Holiday gas station was right there. And I wanted to get a spray bottle because apparently peppermint essential oil and water, if you spray that all over your car, it's supposed to like deter them. So
Maybe you could just befriend the mouse.
they pooped literally everywhere and I'm so pissed. And I don't know, like, how do I put my car in the washing machine?
Go through the car wash with all the windows down.
Honestly, I want to do that. I feel so gross. And like,
Well,
honestly,
they could just run out over your foot at any time when you're driving.
so great. I'm a little convinced that they're actually from the parking garage I used to park in at my old clinic. Because Jordan said that there's literally been no mice. So I think they like go into the parking garage at my old clinic because it's heated and they must go through the cars looking for food.
Oh, yeah.
Because we did put a trap in my trunk and then in the cab and there's been no mice there since. So I don't know.
They're sneaky. Like at our old house, we had a huge mouse problem and we had like 8 mice one winter. We could not figure out where they were coming in through. They were coming in the same section of drawers in our kitchen were mouse turds. Every single drawer in a line. And then, I mean, it was just chaos. But then when we pulled out our dishwasher and then we realized they were coming in, like, because our kitchen wall backed up to our garage, they somehow were coming in through the dishwasher.
What the?
How?
I don't
Why
know.
are they the way that they are?
I just think of like Ratatouille and like how smart he was in his cooking skills. I'm like, yeah, they are pretty
You're like,
smart.
maybe he could be a chef for me.
Maybe he could make me breakfast on the way to work.
There you go.
I mean, I'd be his friend if they could be potty trained. It just feels so gross that there's like turds all over my car.
Well, welcome to my life with my guinea pigs. No, I do vacuum my
Mice are so
house
much worse.
like, 2 times a day. So
know,
they are
but-
not everywhere.
Mice like just have all this diseases.
Yeah, mice they are gross. I'm telling you to be friends with it. You know me with animals. Like I have a little cabin and we've had mice in there every time. And oh my gosh, I put on a whole scene.
Yeah, a whole production.
And
buy tickets.
the last time we were at the cabin, Jesse and the kids were taking the side-by-side around the land. And there's like netted doors. Like they're not real doors. And so they weren't up. So it was like hanging net. And as he's about to take off, I see this big mouse. And it wasn't like a normal mouse. It was kind of orange colored.
Yeah.
Kind of like the field mouse Judah caught this summer. But like quadruple the size. And it started running up the net right by Jesse's head. And I'm just like screaming incoherently. Rhea jumps out of the side by side as the mouse just books it across the back of their heads, like on the backrest.
Oh my god!
And I was just like, I was useless.
Yeah.
Mouse.
That one, it's right there. It's over there. I'm gonna stay over here.
That was a tangent, but
Yeah, mice are gross.
that's mice for you.
If you have any car suggestions, please
Let her
help
know.
me.
Hit a girl up.
Hit a girl up, please.
That really does suck. I'm sorry. It's really disgusting, actually.
Yeah. All right. I could just take a nap. I'm so cozy.
Some people do that on TikTok Live. They just like
I know. They sleep.
And that's really unnerving, actually.
I feel like people just, a lot of the research is saying a lot of people on TikTok like just want to do regular things with you throughout the day because people are so lonely.
That's really sad, but also like no matter how lonely I was, I wouldn't stay with someone while they were sleeping. I would just like watch them.
I know, but they probably make bank.
I know, but
They're just sleeping.
Can you imagine you're just sleeping and then all the people watching you?
It's kind of creepy, yeah.
I mean, I know I'm going to be drooling and probably doing weird things.
And farting. I'm going to be farting for sure.
And people People are just like sending gifts. Gift for a fart.
Oh, no.
Anyway, tell me about your asshole.
This one's a little juicy, like I said.
I can't wait.
So it says, am I the asshole for calling my daughter weird? My 46-month
male. My 46-month-old.
I was like, lady. Okay, my 46 male, I think it's male, my daughter. Okay, he's 46 male.
Okay, all right. I was like, there's no way they said they're 46-month-old.
I know. Okay,
You never know,
always
though.
confuses
Truly.
me, gets me. Okay,
all right.
So the guy writing this is 46 male. His daughter, 14 female, was diagnosed with OCD this year. I will fully admit that it's my fault for not getting her into treatment sooner because she's been insisting on everything being in multiples of 3. She could count. Still, I can't change the past, and now she's got her diagnosis. Her mother sent her to a psychiatrist who gave her the diagnosis, but she's refusing to see him anymore because she said that he scared her. That's fine. With me, I can't make her see him, but I was very clear with her that it's up to her to manage herself if she keeps refusing help.
She's 14.
Right? Like, dude.
We can't manage ourselves at 30.
Yeah.
You can't manage yourself at 14.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Since starting high school, which honestly, high school is the worst. And I feel like when you're that young, everything like is your whole world. So
everything's the end of the world at that age, for sure.
Anyways, since starting high school, her insistence on number 3 has gotten worse, but she's still refusing to do anything about it. Her mother and I are divorced and share custody, so I don't fully know what's going on at her house, but when she's at mine, she can't even walk through a door without counting her steps and tapping the floor 3 times. My younger sister, 30 female, lives with me and sees my daughter displaying this behavior, and she frequently told me after my daughter's gone to bed that she thinks I'm a bad father for raising a neurotic, out-of-control child.
Oh.
Her words, not mine.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my
That
gosh.
literally gave me goosebumps. Like,
I know.
And I feel so sad.
This dude.
Are you trying to make me cry here? Because that is so mean.
I know. So after a few days of this, I pulled my daughter aside and told her that she's being weird and needs to get her behavior under control. I told her quite simply that it's her prerogative if she thinks she can manage herself better than her doctor can. But in that case, she better actually manage herself. I'm not going to be scorned for a bad parent when I've offered my daughter help. My daughter started crying and refuses to talk to me for days. Now she's back at her mother's house and her mother called me an asshole for calling my daughter weird. I don't think I am. Am I?
Yeah, you are.
For sure.
You're a huge asshole. One
and
of the biggest.
also, like, I feel like if she's like, this psychiatrist is weird, like, find a different psychiatrist.
If she's not feeling comfortable, why don't you maybe go to like a female? I
too.
think that could be helpful.
And I feel like even as an adult, finding like a mental health specialist, you have to see sometimes 4 or 5 before you're like, okay, this is the one. Like, you have to find somebody you connect with.
Right. You're not just going to automatically be like, I feel like that's such like a, no offense, but male way of thinking is like, here is the solution. Here is a doctor. Now fix your problem, instead of being like, oh, there's a lot of moving parts to this. Not just like, you do have to connect on an emotional level, especially as a female, I think.
Yeah.
That's so sad. And that aunt is a bitch,
Yeah.
too, honestly. And she clearly, I wonder if she's going through something with like the divorce. I don't know how recent it was.
Yeah.
She clearly doesn't feel supported, and he's like, I dropped the ball. Like, you wait till she's 14 to address anything. That's really actually horrible, and those behaviors are so ingrained at that point.
That's why I'm wondering if there wasn't like any other edits. I'm pretty sure Reddit stopped the comments because they got so mean.
To the guy? Good. Sorry.
They did vote him the asshole, but I feel like I'm wondering if the divorce happened when she was like a little younger, but not too younger, and that's why they didn't address it until she was 14, because like they were going through their own stuff.
Yeah, and it takes a while to like.
Then they didn't really notice her weird behavior, or they did notice it. They just have like the mental capacity to deal with it, which is even sadder.
Right, and obviously we're all humans, like dealing with our own stuff, but
yeah,
that also makes me feel like kind of how I don't know, how do I say this delicately, a dad way of approaching things sometimes.
Yeah,
or my dad personally sometimes is like, you say something almost to like shock them and like think that will fix the solution. Like, like you're weird. Not that my dad has ever said that to me. I'm just saying like
your dad has said that to me. I'm just kidding.
Did it fix it?
No.
Made it worse. But I just feel like as a kid, like maybe he'd be more blunt. Like my mom would be like, read the room. Yeah. Don't just speak without thinking, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Like, not that my dad's intentionally mean by any, not meaning that, but like, just like, he just says it bluntly, and then it may be like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
I feel like some people
shock them straight. Like, oh, I'm weird. I guess I'll be fixed now. Thank you.
I feel like some people just have that mindset where they're like, if something's wrong, you do this and then it's fixed and that's it.
Right.
And then I feel like he's just trying to push that onto his daughter, but like really.
It's not always men or dads, but I just feel like they don't have as much of an emotional, they have such a more strategic way of like, here's the problem, here's a solution. Yeah. Do it now.
Like, I gave you all of your tools, use them.
Which I can sometimes be like that in certain ways too, but I do understand obviously the emotional side of.
Yeah. I hope the mom is doing something for her.
I know,
is being
poor
a better
girl.
support, because he is
He's
juicy
the
asshole.
He's a juicy asshole for sure.
For sure.
I wonder what type of Enneagram that asshole would be.
Me too.
Or what his zodiac sign is. Okay, so backtracking, you were saying that the Enneagram has been related to like demonic things. And I have heard of like the zodiac signs, astrology being like witchcraft or demonic, but I feel like it's such a stretch to be like the Enneagram personality test is demonic.
Well, so a lot of the people are saying like the pentagram that it makes is demonic, and then there is like an association with like what your rising sun, or is that what it is? What your sun sign is connected to what your Enneagram.
Yeah, there you
go. What your Enneagram is. There's like some signs, but then I was also finding out that like how you're raised, if you have any trauma, like your Enneagram is kind of based on like not only how you perceive yourself, but how others perceive you. And that's why a lot of the people out there, like all the personality experts, were saying that it's not based, like you can't figure out what your Enneagram is based on a test. It's actually based on like your actual actions and behavior. So like that's why more beneficial to be diagnosed, I guess, or like typed by like a professional, because they will read your body language. They will do their own test, and then they'll be like, this is what you actually are. Where like a test that you take on your own is based off your own perception of yourself, which can like muddy the waters.
Well, let me tell you what michaelshahan.com said, what the definition of an Enneagram is.
Tell me, Michael.
While aspects of your personality change a lot over your lifetime, your Enneagram number never does. That's because it's not based on your behaviors. It's based on our core belief system that's inherently a part of us. Explains the why of all that we do, think, and feel.
Okay.
So
it's interesting.
That's why you self-diagnose, because it's based off of your core values that is just, like it said, inherently part of you, and not something that's like going to be fluid and changing. And something as flaky as other people's perspective of you or perception of you, that doesn't reflect anything of your true nature, because I am very good at mirroring people because of my job doing hair for years. I can always match someone's energy. So if I don't feel like a different test would be as truthful.
Yeah. Or like somebody evaluating you.
I mean, I feel not like that I don't think they could do it, but it's a different type.
A little part of me thinks that they just want your money.
You know what? A big part of me thinks that. Well, okay. So then I also saw something this week on Instagram saying that you're not even supposed to necessarily take the test to become, to find out your Enneagram type, but you should read about each specific type and see which one like speaks to you. Yeah. And so that's like an alternate way. We are going to link in the show notes a free online course. I'm so tongue-tied today.
A free online test course.
There's a free online
a quiz at the end.
To see what your type is, but
it's just a test. No quiz.
There's not a quiz. But anyway,
we'll quiz
a test
you.
and a quiz is the same thing.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel like a quiz is like
shorter.
You're getting graded.
Did you not get graded on tests?
I guess I did.
Okay, that's funny. Haven't you ever heard of those quizzes in Cosmopolitan? Like, what is your bedroom style or whatever? Your bedroom style. That's a really random quiz.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like in the realm of like taking a personality test or quiz, a test.
A test and a quiz, those are synonyms. Those are the same word.
A quiz is just shorter.
Usually shorter. Okay,
well, the personality thing is a test. That it takes a hot minute to take.
Is that short or long?
A couple hot minutes. Let's just have a lengthy discussion.
We can't be more vague.
What's a lengthy discussion to you?
I cannot stop.
5 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour or more.
Does it cost money? Is it free? Is it a quiz or is it a test? Is it short or long?
It's all relative. It's all ambiguous anyways.
There's a link. Click it. Find out for yourself. We're not your mamas.
We're not your average mamas. We never said welcome to this episode. Welcome.
Welcome to being halfway through our episode. Jesse called me mom last night. No, it was this morning. It was this morning. Sitting on the couch, and Judah was on the couch. Judah was on the couch with us, and he called me mom for some reason. I was like, "What? I'm not your mom." He goes, "You're not my average mama." Okay, he was trying to tell Judah to tell mom something, but he called me mom. I'm like, "Don't call me mom."
He doesn't call you mom ever?
I mean, he was like talking to me.
Oh.
He said, mom.
He's like, Mom, can you do this?
Say mommy.
Mommy. Daddy.
Okay, we're getting weird now.
It's about damn time.
According to dimensional.com, no. Dimensional.me on TikTok. That's the TikTok handle. If you want to know why you approach life in the way that you do or why certain patterns keep popping up in your life, you should know about your Enneagram type. So do it.
You can do it. I feel on a personal level, I was like, meh, okay. And I feel like you were like unlocked the universe. Like you unlocked all the answers. And like, I just feel like I was just like, I guess.
No, that's why I think that you need to go through the types and read about them and maybe self-assess if you didn't feel like connected in the test with what you were given.
Okay, I was also doing a lot of TikTok research, and I don't remember who said this, but they were talking about how twos, like if you test as a 2, you're not actually a 2 sometimes, because like a 2 wants something like, so the 2 is the helper, and I'm a 2, apparently, to this free online test. And they said that it can get confused with like 3, what's the ones? 3, 8, and 9s, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on anything.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Absolutely not.
How are you guys even here?
No idea, but we're glad you are.
We are.
But
we're learning right alongside you guys.
It can get confused. So, like, some of the traits can get confused with other traits, but, like, the underlying reason why you do some things can, like, change your Enneagram.
I think you're trying to say bananagram. All right. I told her she had to learn to say it before we recorded this episode. But
Enneagram. I need a little sign that
I should have written it on the glass, like in dry erase marker. Enneagram.
Enneagram. I just want to say anagram.
I know. So no, you say an anagram. That's why it's like bananagrams, like the
want
game.
An A in it. I want it to begin with A.
There's 2 A's in it.
Not the first letter.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to listen to, I'm going to go through all 9 types with a short description. And why don't you see if you identify with any of the types more than the online test gave you? Because when I was number 7, the enthusiast, I was like, oh my gosh, the world opened for me because I literally haven't met anybody like me. Not that I'm like really cool or unique.
You're so unique.
No, it's that I feel like I'm very impulsive and just really make crazy life decisions on a whim. And like, that's all like traits of a 7. And there were things that I'm like, why can't I just like get this under, why can't I be responsible?
Yeah.
Why do I just have to like go, whatever, let me describe them to you. But you know what I'm saying? It was very eye-opening because like I said, I'm not like saying I'm like so unique and cool. I just was like, okay.
I think you're so unique and cool.
Well, thank you. But I felt like I could learn more about myself. I actually am going to link a book that I read, and it's specifically for your type. You can find each Enneagram type if you want to like do a deep dive into your... Oh, I'm sitting super weird. Look at this.
I bet Jesse can't do this.
I'm sure he can't.
I just feel like Naya always like does random... My dad can't do this.
He downloaded an app called like Bend or something where he's like trying to get stretches. He's like doing stretches. Poor guy. He's just so tall. He has a hard time being limber.
It's a tall guy life that he chose.
Exactly. Anyway, like I said, mine really spoke to me when I was diagnosed.
Was 7?
Yeah. And then yours didn't. So anyway, let's see if you can find yourself in a different one, okay? So, everyone, including Lindsey, listen and see if any of these types resonate with you before you even take the quiz.
Yes.
There are 9 types, so be patient here.
9.
Type 1, the reformer. This is the rational, idealistic type. They are purposeful, self-controlled, and perfectionists. 2, the helper. Caring, interpersonal type. Generous, people-pleasing, and possessive.
I don't identify with the possessive thing.
Well, not everything about the Enneagram is all positive traits, which is kind of eye-opening because that book that I got, it told all the downsides and like dark sides of your personality type too, which is kind of interesting. I feel like most personality types are like all like uplifting fun stuff. This will be like, you're also a bitch.
You're a raging bitch.
Anyway, number 3, the achiever. The success-oriented, pragmatic type, excelling, driven, and image-conscious. 4, the individualist. The sensitive, withdrawn type, expressive, dramatic, and temperamental. 5, the investigator. The intense, cerebral type, perceptive, innovative, secretive, and isolated. Number 6, the loyalist. The committed, security-oriented type, engaging, responsible, anxious, and suspicious.
Oh.
Interesting.
Huh.
7, the enthusiast. The busy, fun-loving type. Spontaneous, versatile, distractible, and scattered. See, that's the negative side of me.
Scattered.
Distractible and scattered is... It did really help me like hone in on some of those things. Like, oh, it is a part of my personality trait. I got to really try hard to be focused and finish tasks all the way through. Sometimes I'm like, we say, do we have ADHD? Or are we just moms?
Yeah.
So...
That'd be a fun game to play on here. Like a moment in your life.
Oh.
It'd be like, do I have ADHD or am I a mom?
Diagnose us.
This is what happened.
Number 8, the challenger. The powerful, dominating type. Self-confident, decisive, willful, and confrontational.
Oh, no.
And the
definitely
last
not
one,
me.
the peacemaker. The easygoing, self-effacing type. Receptive, reassuring, and agreeable.
I feel like a 2 or 9.
Yeah.
I feel the 9, but I feel like the 9 might be a trauma response to my life.
Well, in each of these, if you do your own research, you can find the wings off of each of your types, and each type will have one wing that they
lean towards.
Yeah. So it's just like a second large part of your personality.
Like a 2A, situation.
Right. It's like, this is mainly you, but this is also a splash of you.
Yeah.
And I think it said in that book, I gave it to a friend of mine, but it said something about, oh gosh, I wish I could remember. It said something about how if you're not like strong or haven't healed certain parts of yourself, different parts of the other wings will come out or something like that.
That makes sense. I honestly just like these Enneagrams.
You're not allowed to say it.
Because I feel like they're not like, what's that one that's like ABGYFEINT? I'm an ELTK.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's too lengthy and too many letters.
And like, I just feel like this is so based on like your, like you said, like your core values and like your life experiences and how you were shaped versus like a personality test on like, do you like
apples
on a Sunday afternoon?
Okay, this is
well,
a
then
popular...
you're TYKB.
TGIF. This is a popular Enneagram book, The Road Back to You, An Enneagram Journey to Self-Discovery by Ian Morgan Cron. And it also has a workbook. I do think that is pretty cool that you... Judah's quietly walking up to the window. I feel like it might seem pointless to know your Enneagram. Seems silly, whatever. For me, it was... When I read that 7, The Enthusiast book, I felt like it was like a therapy appointment written directly to me. Like everything that I was reading, it like really resonated with me, and like I said, positive and negative things about myself. Yeah. And I felt like it did help me grow. So just the fact that this helps you learn more about your core values, what like makes you, and just more self-discovery, I think is always really important.
Yeah. Like figuring more out about you, which I feel like can really be lost in the time of being a mom, because you're like, well, now I'm a mom and I do this for other people and I'm a wife or whatever. And I like, you identify as all these things, but it's like, who are you?
Yeah. And it's cool that this is literally about who you are, like internally, that it doesn't change, because there are so many external things that change about us as we grow and change and we wear different hats and all that. But I don't know. It's cool to see that from like a young age through life and through seasons of motherhood and different stages of life in general, that our core values are usually the same.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you have some major like life shift or something. Spiritual awakening.
Spiritually awakening every day, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
One of your enemies is by me.
A fruit fly?
Yeah.
Is it the one that splashed the bathtub wall? The bathroom wall with water?
I tried to kill it. Oh, I did kill it.
It's on your hand.
It is. Nice.
We shut the doors in here and now it's cold.
I killed the enemy.
All right. One of our listeners wrote in for a parental predicament today.
Yeah. Also, we have a new setup. Isn't it lovely? The dollar store.
It was not the dollar store. Do you like the decoration?
Don't look at your logo dollar store, because it won't be there, because we got it at a thrift shop. I just like saying dollar better than thrift shop. God.
It's from the thrift store.
What? We should start a band.
We should. What do we call it?
Not your mama's band. Not your average mama's band. We can literally just expand this whole company.
Not your mama's rock and roll. How about that?
Not your average mama's rock and roll.
Yeah. Kind of a mouthful, actually.
Yeah. But we need what's the abbreviation? NIAM.
A Niamer. I actually thought about calling our people Niam Nation.
Niam Nation.
Like Bachelor Nation. And we have a nation of you guys.
Yeah, the whole nation.
Under God.
With liberty and justice for all.
And God bless us all, everyone.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I was trying to decide if I should read the top part or not.
Read the whole thing. This is our first listener email. And I will be sending you a $7 gift card to Starbucks or Caribou, because I said that in an episode and I'm going to follow through with it.
I love it.
This is our first email. I said the first email that gets sent to us of a story that we can use, I would buy them a coffee. And guess what? You won.
She also was the winner of our Facebook contest. You are a VIP. All right.
Yeah, honestly.
Hiya.
Hiya.
I've been meaning to share share, as I often have plenty of these kinds of moments, but life happens and sometimes I'm forgetful. Same.
Me.
Anywho, here's a parenting predicament that happened to me the other day. 1/10/24. I have been wanting to get back into exercising more often for a while now. I'm pregnant with baby number 3, and my first trimester I was exhausted. So not much happened. Good for you for even trying to exercise when you're pregnant. All right.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in my second trimester, I definitely have more energy and want to take advantage of it. We have a Peloton. I love it, but it hasn't been used in a while. Daycare has to close early for the day. I leave work about 2:10 and pick up at... I'm sorry, I haven't pre-read these because I want to be surprised.
I love that for you. I mean, I feel like even if I pre-read it, I'd be like...
Daycare has to close early for the day. I leave work about 2:10 and pick up at 2:30 p.m. I get them home, they have a snack, etc., and are happily playing. Oh yeah, let me tell you, I'm a mom to a 2.5-year-old boy, Anders, and a 1-year-old girl, Amelia. Cute names. I am tired and I find myself just sitting on the couch while the kids play. I watch an episode of TV and now it's 4:15 p.m. I decide, you know what, my husband won't be home from work till about 5. The kids are doing great. I should work out while they play. I change clothes quickly and go back to the playroom where the Peloton also lives. I decide I want a bike, but it's been so long that it needs to connect to the Wi-Fi because we've moved since it's been used and it has a couple updates to happen. While I'm doing this, my son wants to go on the bike so badly. I'm like, how about you ride your little bike while I ride this one? Things quickly go south. He doesn't want that. I say, how about you play with your toys? Mommy is going to go on this bike. Straight screaming and crying has begun before I even finish my sentence. All while this is going on, my daughter's across the room happily playing with toys. My son continues to lose it while I quickly put on my shoes. Choose only a 20-minute workout and hop on the bike. As I start, he flips his switch and becomes curious. What's that, Mommy? He says, pointing to the screen. I talk about how I'm doing a workout. It helps Mommy feel good. You go ahead and play. He goes off to play while looking up at me every once in a while. Halfway through the 20 minutes on the bike, my daughter has now worked her way across the room and is now about 5 feet away from me, but right next to my son. She wants to play with the toys he's playing with. I try talking to and reasoning with my 2.5-year-old while I'm continuing my workout.
Good luck.
My kids come up to me when I'm on the treadmill and I'm like, I can't talk right now. Get out. Stop asking me questions.
You're like, I'm dying.
It's like you can't do cardio and parent. It just doesn't work. No. It doesn't work. So
doesn't mix well.
It does not. I'm continuing to work out. 5 minutes go by. He's sprawled out on the floor, laying on top of the toy my daughter wanted, crying because I asked him to share. My daughter gives up. Woo. I think with only 5 minutes left. Boy, was I mistaken. She becomes curious in what I'm doing and now crawls over to the bike, maybe a foot away. I'm pedaling and frantically watching the time count down. While I'm also scared with how close she's gotten to me, my boy is still whining and she sits with her back to me, inches from my right foot pedaling, and she watches him whine and kick the ground. She does this rocking motion that causes her to scoot closer and closer to my foot.
Oh, gosh.
I'm thinking to myself, there's like 2 minutes left. Don't get off. She's fine. That would be me. I'm like just pushing him away with my foot. I try talking to her. She starts to reach out and I firmly tell her to stop. She gets the poutiest, saddest face ever. I say, no, baby girl, just stay there. She starts to just cry and cry. I finish my 1-minute cool down to my 20-minute bike ride, hop off. I'm sweaty and now I have 2 crying kids that are hungry and want dinner immediately. My husband called me when I had about 5 minutes left on the bike.
What was that? What do you want?
I don't answer because crying kids are working out, and this means he's on his way home. Congratulations, you're on your way home. Don't call. Just kidding. She didn't say that. That was me. I call him back after I get off and get the kids to stop crying. He tells me his truck wouldn't start after work, so he's making it stop somewhere to see what's going on. Crap, he's not on his way home, I think. Here I was telling my son that I'd feel good, motivated, all those things from working out, but meanwhile I was feeling the complete opposite with 2 crying toddlers that were hangry as heck and a husband not on his way home as soon as I thought. This turned out longer than expected. Feel free to share or not share. I am so glad that I shared that. That's so relatable.
Honestly, you go in with like the best intentions and then literally life shits on you the entire time. And you're like, why the fuck did I decide to do this?
That's why we don't work out, okay? You guys gotta ruin it for everyone.
And then I always say that you're gonna work out during nap time, but then you don't nap.
I know. I was actually afraid kid's hair was going to get stuck in the pedal or something.
I don't think her kid's hair is long enough to get stuck in the pedal.
Okay, thank God.
Wait,
she's in her second
trimester.
trimester.
A year old?
Oh, 2.5 and a 1-year-old. Oh my gosh, 2.5 and a 1-year-old, and you're pregnant.
Rip.
Let's just take a moment of silence for a second. Good luck and Godspeed.
Godspeed, indeed.
Godspeed, indeed. I'm going to get that tattooed on me. That's cool.
TM.
TM our tattoos.
I know who sent this in, and I'm very... Can we use her name?
This message was from Mac.
I'm so glad that they moved back to where family is.
Mac's back.
Yeah, because I struggle with having one kid, but I guess we don't really have a lot of family around. Like, we honestly, you are my crutch.
Thanks a lot.
You are literally life, because like Kian will just come here and like hang out and chill.
Oh yeah, we should tell them about what happened after they hung out and chilled last night with the babysitter.
Parental predicament. So like tell us about your babysitter. Tell us the background story. Who is she?
Okay, our babysitter is super sweet. She just turned 16. She was a referral from our neighbor, and she's babysat for us probably 4 or 5 times. She's very on time, responsible, just very kind. Yeah. I love her. Everything goes great. She never even texts me when we're gone. Like, she just figures everything out, which I just trust her. She does a great job. And so yesterday we decided, she said she could handle 4 kids. It was the toddlers. And she did.
Yeah, she did.
In her defense, way worse stuff has happened with us, with our kids, than with her.
Yeah, for sure.
But we walk in from our date night last night. There's right before 7.
Yep. There's like a puddle of what smelled like cleaning liquid on the floor, and I was like, oh shoot, did one of like the kids throw up, smear poop? Like, that's what I was thinking.
I thought something spilled and she was like cleaning it up. Some type of
spill
cleaning product was being used.
And I walk in and Judah and I yells, Kian's all wet.
I saw that he was wet before. I was like, what's in your hair? Why is he all wet?
And apparently Rhea was trying to do his hair and had grabbed like a bottle of Windex instead of like a spray bottle of water and was Windexing.
That was his entire head with Windex.
The back of his head. And he was having the time of his life, honestly.
His shirt was soaked. He smelled like chemicals. And it was so funny because I have a salon in my house, and that's where it was. Like, she must have brought him into the salon. It was like, trying to do his hair. Sure. Which she was trying, in her defense, which I honestly, it wasn't anything that horrible. But
no.
In her defense, she was trying to get the TV set up for the older 2, because I said they could watch TV after dinner, and she was getting that set up, and then she was like, it was less than 2 minutes, and I turn around and they're gone. It was like 2 minutes, and I was like,
legit.
Seriously, it can happen, but it was funny.
Was very funny.
And then they probably did that on purpose to get a ploy to get a bath, because
then they got a bath and they had the time of their lives. They were jumping off the edge.
I'm precious. Delicious. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
they're so funny. They're jumping in the bath. Go Rhea, go!
And then Rhea's like, get a picture of us right now.
She puts her arm around
cheese.
him. Say cheese, Kian.
Gosh, do you have any mom moment, parental?
Oh, that one's kind of conjoined. That's a conjoined one. I'll see quick. I feel like I wrote something down that was funny. Oh, I remember. So I was going to do a Target pickup order recently. So we're on our way, and I have a key, like a sensor, so it doesn't have to be like plugged in. And I got a new little tassel keychain thing. So Rhea wanted to play with it in the car. So I just threw the keys back there. We're going to the Target order, and it's taking forever. We're parked there forever and ever. And I'm just like, oh, we were here before all these people. And then all of a sudden, like, the side door to the van just, like, opened automatically. And I was like, oh, my gosh, the heck? And so I, like, shut it. And it opened again. And then it shut again. And I was like, what is going on? And I pushed the top button trying to, like, shut it. It kept reopening. Like, it wouldn't click shut. And I jump out of the car and I pull it shut and I'm trying to lock the door and it opens again and I'm like, oh my gosh, our car is haunted. And I quickly slam it. I lock it. I turn off the ability to open the door. Like you can push a button so that the automatic doors stop working. Naya goes, it's Rhea. She has the keys. And they knew the whole time.
So good.
And I jumped in and out of the van like 3 times because I was like, damn it, shut. Like, come on. It was so funny. I was like pranked by little children, a toddler actually.
By your little humans.
And Naya was just so smug about it. She's like, it's Rhea.
I'm sure she was. So I feel like this just goes to show like toddlers like think what you say to them is like what you say to everybody. And I was reading a book with Kian. I like always ask him like, what is that? I know you're not supposed to say that, but like, it's just hard not to be like, what is that? And they're like, it's a giraffe. And you're like, you're a genius. You're literally
why aren't you supposed to say
so
what is
smart.
it?
I don't know. I see it on TikTok. You're not supposed to be like, what is that? What is it? What is this? But now that I do that so much, he asks me, like he quizzes me. He's like, what's that? And we were reading a book and I just had done that. And then he likes to pretend to read. He'll just be like, and he's pretending to read. And then he like looked at me and he's like, what is that, mama? And I said, that's a rainbow. And he's like, good job.
He's like, I'm so proud of you.
And then I'm pretty sure I just went potty.
You went potty.
Potty. And he didn't hear me pee. He's like, Mommy, you did it? I was like, yeah. And then I like went out into the living room. He's like, nice job. High five. Thank you. Nice. To piggyback off of the bath, our parental predicament last night, they were taking a bath together and they were pounding bath water. Pounding it. Like it was going to run out. And they would never get to drink bathwater again. And then they were pretending to burp and then laughing hysterically. And it was so funny. It was just, and they were cheering. They were cheering each other on.
So cute.
Oh, gosh.
They're probably going to be embarrassed someday that they took baths together.
It is what it is. LOL. In our family fails section, all I wrote was Windex babysitter.
She is so kind. She apologized so many times, but
so many
very
times.
Funny. Oh, I did the stupidest thing this last week. I went out to this wasn't the stupid thing, going out to lunch with my niece. Hi, Kiara, if you're listening to this. No, we went out to lunch, and it was this is so embarrassing, actually. We were walking out, and there's like these glass doors, and she had this really cute like sweatsuit combo on, and I was like, I love that. I want to wear one of those, but I'm not cool enough to wear one of those. And she's like, yeah, you are. And I'm like, I guess I'm cool. And as I said that, I started pushing on the pull door with all my strength. I threw my shoulder into it.
The universe put you in your place real quick.
And there was a lady on the other side. She was like, I got it.
Nice.
Okay, but we both me and my niece thought it said push. We both said it said push, but then we realized after it's a glass door, it said push backwards. It's like written backwards, but we just read it as push.
Oh.
But it was for the other door.
Side.
Anyway, it was so stupid. I wish I didn't go so hard at it.
The side that you were trying to push
had no handle.
And there's no like pull sign?
No.
Okay.
It said push, but it was like written backwards, but in your mind you're like,
push.
It says push. Like,
and there's no handle.
Right.
How do you get into the door?
There's another door on the left with a handle.
So you're going in the wrong way.
Can't explain it to you. It was like a handle, pull, or this way, push. But both said push because they're both written towards, I probably did go in the wrong way. I think I was supposed to go around. I was supposed to go around.
That'll do, donkey.
I'm cool. I can wear sweatsuits if I want to. She was actually laughing walking in because she was listening to our Not Your Mama's Book Club episode.
The second one?
Yeah, she was laughing
unhinged.
So much at the balls deep comment. She's like, vulva deep? That's not very deep. I said, see? The amount of people that texted me literally balls deep.
The amount of times that I've been talking about balls deep. Insane.
Unprecedented. If you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not everybody listens to Not Your Mama's Book
Well,
Club.
go listen to it because it's hilarious. You don't have to read books to listen to that episode.
No, it's funny.
A 10 out of 10. I was asking so many of my coworkers what balls deep means to them, and one of the physician, she like went into a very scientifical definition of what balls deep was, and I was like surprised that she knew what it was, because there's a lot of common phrases that she doesn't know what it is, and so I was like, she doesn't know what balls deep is.
So she knew when you did it.
Yeah.
And she knew so much. She knew it thoroughly.
Wow.
Good for her.
I know. How do we end this? How do we end this? Like that. We hope you have a good
Just
day.
gonna have you breathe into the microphone. We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you keep it not average.
Keep it above average.
Keep it above average,
Not
bitches.
too much above average.
No, don't set the bar too high for yourself.
Don't set yourself up to fail.
Maybe keep it below average. Just don't be average.
Below average or above average, there is no
Average. Get out of here.
Okay,
with your
bye.
average ass. Ring, ding, ring, ding.
Bling, bling, bling.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dad.